You can open your eyes now. Rob, thank you for your patience. Rob Nyland.
So we can say that feedback is a really important part of the teaching and learning process. In order to give feedback, you need a lot of information, though. So let's say I'm a math teacher, and I give my students this problem, 2 + 2, and they give me an answer of 5, which of course is wrong, right? I think it's wrong, right? But in order for me to understand why the student got the question wrong, I need them to give me more information, right? I have them show me their work. So I can watch them and as they go through the process, and then with that additional information, I can correctly diagnose what went wrong in their process. So just like in that process, it becomes a little bit more difficult as we move instruction online, and that's what I'm interested in, online instruction. Because while computers are good at giving predetermined feedback, they're not so good at like kind of figuring out from all these random things why a student got a question wrong. So in the same way that a teacher needs more additional information to give good feedback, the online environment and the computer needs to gather more data and information from the student in order to make a good decision. So the subject of our study is an online Excel class that's being taught at several universities in the United States. And what's unique about this class is students, they fill out these Excel spreadsheets, they answer problems, they have to put in formulas into individual cells. But the spreadsheet has been programmed to actually capture a trace of everything that the student does in the course. So you can see in this cell D11, this is a trace of all of the activity that the student has gone through to get this final correct answer. So essentially, these are all the wrong answers that they put in on their goal of getting to the right answer. Now, some interesting things we found from this is that we think that there's a difference between what we call the assessment level of data, whether or not they got a right answer, and the transaction level of data. If we were to look at this question, we would say that 90% of the students got that right. And if we looked at typical psychometric analysis, we would say that 90% is a pretty easy question. But if we actually look at the amount of students that had a wrong answer along the way, about 40% of the students had a wrong answer. So that means that somewhere in that moment that they were putting this answer together, that they had to struggle. They had a misconception, and they had to struggle to overcome that. So we think that's pretty exciting information, and we want to use that information to give better feedback to computers and instruction. So that's our hope for future research, is that we can take this additional, deeper level of data and leverage that into feedback for the computer itself so it can make better decisions about how to help students, and also as a way of helping instructors better diagnose the needs of their online students. Thank you.